This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks are on a 5-game winning streak as they take down the Denver Nuggets tonight. And, I'm feeling good, ladies and gentlemen, about the Knicks being on a 5-game winning streak. I've been away for 2 of them, but we back in the building. I got my man Tony Crow here. We about to, we about to make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. Tony, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling? Knicks on a 5-game winning streak, second longest winning streak of the season. Still third in the Eastern Conference, but just 1 game behind the Boston Celtics. And everybody's feeling good again. Everyone's feeling good again. So, and we've won against some quality basketball teams during this winning streak, right? Talk to me, man. How you feeling? How you feeling about the Knicks right now? And we know Big Bubba's on the way. And ladies and gentlemen, got some words for the dude, but we'll save that for then. You know what I'm saying? Tony, what's good, man?
It's a little eerie. It's a little eerie, Sim, because I'm feeling as good as I felt the first time we beat Denver, right? And after we beat Denver that first time, we had that horrible loss to Utah, right? And I said I'm not gonna fall for that again. So as we continue to play the season, every time we had a big win, I kept referencing that Denver game. They're not gonna trick me. But I ain't gonna lie, I feel exactly how I felt after that first Denver win. And this time, to your point, we've had quality wins. It wasn't like Denver was the quality win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Now we on a stretch of quality wins.
We beat the Hawks.
Stretch of quality games.
Right.
And we're doing it in terrific fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In
big
all-time great fashion that I've seen from any Knicks team. You know what I mean? So
we beat the Hawks by 9. Close game versus the Nets. People were depressed over that win versus the Nets. Right? People were like, man, we should have beat the Nets by more, blah, 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 blah. I got on Big Bubba. I was, Big Bubba, he came on when the Knicks had 2 All-Stars, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm loving the way this team, and blah, 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 blam. And I was like, did you feel that way when we squeaked past the Nets? No, I'm just saying, I've been saying for the season, but da-da-da-da, And, Big Head Big Bubba is here, and you're going to see what I mean when I say the dude's head is like, I don't know. I might as well bring the guy in. Can you raise it up a little bit so that you're even with Tony and myself? Get things all together. It's a little bit better. Still a little bit low, but it's a little bit better. But anyway, the Knicks also beat the Sacramento Kings 143-120. They beat the Grizzlies 143-106. Now they have a double-digit win versus the Nuggets. These are good quality wins for the Knicks. You know what I mean? You just can't, good quality wins for the Knicks. So it really does make people feel better. Big Bubba, I'm gonna pull you out because you really gotta get on par, man. Like you got us looking crazy on screen. It's not there. Like you can see the video.
I'm right here, man. It's even.
It's not even.
Just adjust to him. So.
We're not even. Like,
am I not even?
Not with us. Like your head is way down low.
So you want to bring it. So you want to bring it higher.
I want the top of your head even with the top of our heads.
Oh, hold on.
Let me get this guy out of here, y'all. Look at him. I didn't mean to do that. Because this is not the scene that y'all want to see. Pull that back out. I want to remove him until he can get it together. He can't get it together.
Simmons producing in real time.
Yeah, he got to get it together. Anyway, let me get to a phone call, and then we'll see if Big Bubba can get himself together. Nick from Jersey, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, Sim? What's going on, Tony? How you guys doing?
Good, feeling good.
Peace, man.
What a win. I just wanted to, I'll keep it real short this time. I just wanted to say this is what it looks like when you put elite defense with elite offense. They've been a great offense all season, but now that the defense is clicking, they're getting these extra transition points and these easy buckets in transition, and it's just unstoppable.
Yeah,
it's great to see.
Yeah, it is great to see. They're playing good, just playing good basketball. You know what I'm saying? And we talked a lot about if the Knicks are able to, got a top 5 defense, they can get a top 10, top 5 offense, top 3 offense. They can get themselves into a top 10 defense. They'll be tough to stop. And Tom Thibodeau, the Knicks under Tom Thibodeau, let's say that, when they've had new teams, and even with the returning players, their defense seemed to round into shape a little late. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, seemed to round into shape a little bit late.
A lot of those guys. Well, Precious was injured early. I mean, that was a large part to do with it.
Right.
Yeah. But they're rounding into shape and they're playing really good basketball. They're during this 5-game win streak, they're averaging double-digit wins over quality basketball teams.
Yep.
Over quality basketball teams, and that's what you ask for. And again, we're doing it in January. Now we got to stay healthy enough to do it in February, March, and April. You know what I mean? But when you look at us right now, at this point in the season, 3rd in the Eastern Conference, a half game behind the Boston Celtics, 32 wins. 32 wins. This team, as currently constructed, will win 50-plus games.
That's double our losses, right?
Right now, we're double our losses. Yeah.
Yep.
Right now, we're double our losses.
Precious has been huge. Precious has been huge off the bench, playing with confidence. Deuce, this is the fastest I've ever seen Deuce play. Whether or not he's hitting his shots or not, he's just playing with extreme confidence the last week or two. Everybody's been great. It's been a full. It's the defense combined with the bench coming together, and it's been really nice to see. And they still haven't hit their stride because Towns has been in a little bit of a slump. Towns is going to get back going. We're going to get Mitch back, and we're going to be even that much more dangerous. It's great to see.
Yeah. It is great to see. You know what I mean? I still think there's a lot that the team needs to win it all, but we'll see how we keep growing and developing, and how much we can get there. But I'm just enjoying what we have right now.
Absolutely, let's enjoy it, fellas.
You know what I'm saying, Nick?
And be easy on Bubba. Be easy on Bubba, right?
He makes it tough. he makes it tough. Like he calls and he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready to get on," and it's like 10:30 and we're ready to go, and he's like, "But I'll be home in a couple of minutes."
I got a friend like him too.
Yeah. Hey, that's something. Everybody.
He's the biggest one, I think. Yeah.
Everybody.
Anyway, take care, fellas.
Appreciate you, Nick. Peace.
Peace.
I guess I'll try to get this guy back end. Hopefully, he's got his stuff straight. He doesn't, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the way.
You want me to get higher?
I'm gonna say it again. The top of your head should be even with the top of me and Tony's head.
Okay. How about this?
That's better. That's better.
All right.
Like,
shout out to Nick, though. Even though I don't think he has a friend like me, there's nobody like me. I just want to say that.
I don't understand how it took so long for you to understand that concept.
No, man. Listen, first of all, I went to my old house. I thought I was going to my old house, but I had to remember I got my own place now, so I had to get myself set up, man.
I don't understand what that has to do with just. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead. Do what you do. Go ahead. Thoughts, please.
Tony,
Thoughts.
Hey, Sim, it's good to see you, man. Listen, man, this is a great win, man. This is a great statement win. We beaten what I think, besides the Brooklyn Nets, all these teams were over 500. If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So and we're facing the top West teams, and we're
top is maybe a little bit of a stretch. But go ahead.
I mean, what is the Nuggets of the 4th seed, the Memphis of the 3rd seed?
Oh, okay. Memphis.
And then what?
Okay.
And then
okay.
Middle.
Okay, middle to top. I got you.
Yeah, listen, we're beating teams that I think we're doing a great job. The scoring is great. I think that I'm more happy with the defense. Happier with the defense versus the scoring. The scoring is scoring. We all know we can score. Like, see, I think we gotta do this.
Go ahead, man. I didn't say anything. I just
listen. You and Tony do the thing. Yeah, I mess up a word. You guys smile. It's okay, man. I know what I meant to say.
You work with children. You should be teaching our children anyway. Proper etiquette. Go ahead.
I do teach. First of all, I do teach the kids. The kids love me, by the way. I just want to say that. But no, listen. We're beating quality teams, man, and I think the defense is finally coming along. Defense is looking good, which we're keeping these teams under their scoring averages for the most part. Again, I'm more happier with the defense. I'm happy. I think Mikal and OG are finally hitting a good stat that we've been waiting for the whole season for them to hit this stride of the defense picking up. I think we're all buying. I think the Knicks are all buying in. A great thing is Mitch will be back soon, from what all the reports are saying. So I'm really happy, man. This team is going to be I think this team is going to hit the next stride, the next level, and I'm excited, man. Like I said, this was a great win. We swept the Denver Nuggets. We're talking about we swept the MVP of the league, Joker. We swept them. I think we blew them out both times, pretty much, for the most part. We beat them by double digits both games. Man, like I said, I'm really satisfied with this 10. I'm satisfied with this win. And again, like Tony said, right now, Cat's not playing his best basketball because of the thumb, which I really wish he'd get some rest. But we're hitting really good strides at the right time. I'm super excited for this team.
Is it the right time?
Hey, listen.
I don't know. I mean, obviously you want to win the games, but you don't want to peak now. So I'm just saying that you don't want to peak now.
But I mean, if you look at the Knicks in January, these last 2 seasons, I mean, January that's where we usually pick it up, and we're pretty good. During the January towards the end of the season, we're pretty good. So
I'm just saying we want to be peaking like playoff time. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, of course.
I don't think we've peaked yet.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean? I think what I was gonna say is we're not quite really a well-oiled machine, but we just got an oil change. You know what I mean? Like so you know what I mean? Like we're not there yet, but we definitely got a lot more comfortable. You know?
Yeah, no, I think this team you're gonna really start seeing. I would really want to see this team peak around. I want to say March, when I think Mitch will finally be more. Mitch will probably be like 15 games in by then. By March, 15 games in, 20 games around that he should be. So he should get back to being comfortable. Knock the rust off, and then maybe we don't know whoever's going to be on the team. You get that person going. We don't know, but I want to see this team.
Be on the team?
I do want to see this team.
Who?
Huh?
You said whoever's going to be on the team? You mean like
No, I'm
some
saying
like? Go ahead.
if we get an acquisition.
Oh, acquisition.
This is tomato, man. Don't do that, man.
That literally is not tomato. That
Because you
is
know what?
not.
At my job, they try to get me because I say via versus via.
Wait, but we don't want no acquisitions.
Hey, listen, man, I'm not doing this for y'all tonight, man.
Big
Hey,
Bo.
I don't. First of all,
New York Nick
don't
Bro
nobody check
99.
me.
New York. Big Bubba State getting checked. That's the truth.
No.
That's
See,
the truth.
nobody checks me, man.
Okay.
Nobody checks me.
Okay. We'll let you tell it.
I listen and I listen and I take some criticism.
We'll let you have that one.
All right, man. You know.
We'll let you have that one.
Hey, thank you, Sim. Thank you.
You know. Look, you zooming out again. Keep it there. Keep it right. I've been around you with your girl. She definitely checks you.
Oh,
sheesh.
I'm going on mute now.
The Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, were led in scoring by Jalen Brunson. 30 points, 15 assists tonight for Jalen Brunson. 36 minutes. OG Anunoby, 23 points, 4 rebounds. Josh Hart, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Karl Anthony Towns, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Only took 12 shots. He shot 50% from the field. He shot 0% from the three-point line. You know, and you know what? That's the thing about this team. A lot of weapons. And when someone's not playing well, somebody else is going to be able to step up. You know, the problem is, you know, when you get a bunch of guys not playing well, but, you know, you look at the balanced scoring, balanced shot attempts, 16 shot attempts for Jalen Brunson, 16 for Mikal Bridges, 12 for Kat and Josh Hart, 15 for OG Anunoby, right? That's good, balanced shot attempts. You know, and that's what you want from this team. Precious, he had 8 points, 3 rebounds, played 25 minutes. Miles McBride, Deuce McBride, 21 minutes tonight, 12 points for Deuce, 12 assists. He was hitting tonight. Cam played 11 minutes. Landry played 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
Cam was good until his heat check.
Yeah, I mean, some people just got it. It's gonna be a short hook for some guys.
And that's the bad part. He seen Brunson at the scorers table and was like, "Nah, I'm getting this last one up." You know what I mean? Heaved it too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's that high school mentality right there. You know, coming out. Oh, yeah, let me get this one up real quick. Try to get a bucket. But good balanced scoring from the Knicks. Good balanced shot attempts. You know, it's the type of play that you want. Very low number of turnovers for the Knicks as well. You know what I'm saying? When the Knicks don't turn the ball over much, their offense looks a lot better. You know, what they have 1, 2, 3, 5 turnovers tonight for the Knicks. Yeah, that's insane. Almost 5 turnovers for the game.
And Denver had
14.
double digits in the first half.
Yeah.
10 in the first half. He's at 14 for the game.
14 for the game. Yeah.
Well, they cleaned it up.
Yeah. You know, so you know this just a really good basketball game for the Knicks. You know, and maybe you know getting that whole all-star thing behind them lets them play a little bit more freely now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about all that. You can just play more free. You know, if that was the case.
And Sim, you know what I'm really happy about, man, is we're defending MSG. You know, for a little bit, our record was looking. I think when we were losing, it was like 13-7 at home. I feel like it was getting too close to, for my comfort, of us, you know, not defending MSG, man. But hey, listen, knock on wood, we've been doing good so far. We're defending it during this home stretch.
Yeah, the Knicks are 17-8 at home so far this season, 15-8 on the road. I mean, the Knicks.
You can't complain about that.
I mean, the Knicks have a winning record in every category: 22-10 in the conference, 8-1 in the division, 17-8 at home, 15-8 on the road, 7-3 in the last 10, 32-16 on the season. One game behind the Boston Celtics. Celtics are 33-15 on the season.
Who they face tonight? Did they face the Blazers, right? Something like that?
Tonight, the Celtics. Let's see who the Celtics play tonight.
I thought it was like the Blazers.
The Bulls. They beat the Bulls 122-100. Yeah. Yep.
When the Bulls play us, man, they want to play like it's the last game of the season, and they about to make it to the.
Well, I mean, they caught us while we were slumping. They caught us while we were slumping. I don't know. We were talking about peaking earlier. I don't even know if March is the right time to peak.
So when you see, it was me messing up.
I correct myself.
I get a womp, but you mess up.
I correct myself if I mess up.
I also correct myself too.
No, you didn't. You said acquisition, and then you said tomato.
That's correcting myself.
Right. But I think April is that time. Going right into the playoffs is that time when you want to peak. Right? That's the time when you want to be playing your best. Even though, during that time you may be playing teams that aren't playing their starters however it looks. But you want to be playing your best basketball going into the playoffs. You looking at the way things are, the Knicks might get a week break. We'll probably get a week break in between, so that'll give them time to rest up. But hopefully, they don't lose the mojo as they're going into the break. But, we got some time going. We got some time until we get to the playoffs, right? We still got like 3 months till we get there. A lot can happen in 3 months, as we know from last year, right? We were playing so good last year in January throughout the entire month, and then bam, injuries and all that kind of stuff, and we still battled our way through. But we were looking like a super team at that time. Right now, I don't know if we're looking exactly like a super team, but we're knocking off some very good teams. If we can stay healthy, see what we can do and where we can be.
So for me, right? I go by the markers, right? Right now we have 8 games. Well, I think now we only have 6 until the All-Star break, if I'm not mistaken. I think we got 6 or 7 games left until the All-Star break.
Something like that.
So I usually like to go for the markers of the All-Star break. Like me, realistically, I would like to go. I think we had 8 games. I would like to go 6-2, 7-1, maybe. Hey, right now we're on a great start to that. But, I like to be realistic. Then I like to go after All-Star break. Let's get to 500. Let's get to 41 wins, which guarantees us a 500 record. Then after that, we go marker by. That's how I kind of mark our season sometimes. It's like I like to get the 41 win. That's like how I know we're officially not gonna have a losing record.
Okay.
And then we'll go by that. And then my goal is 50 wins, and then see what we do after that. And like I said, hopefully we just want to be healthy by April, and everybody's playing great basketball, like you said.
Yeah. Well, we play this Saturday. We play the Lakers. 26-19. We got good competition. 26-19 Lakers. Play the Rockets on Monday. 32-14 at home.
Right now.
And the Rockets they're 32-14. Rockets are a good basketball team.
That's the one.
They're hot right now, man. Aren't they like a 9-game winning streak, something like that? So
I'm not sure, but that's
they're hot right now.
And then we play the Raptors in Toronto. And then Saturday, February 8th, the night before the Super Bowl, play the Celtics.
So I think we got somebody waiting for the losers lounge.
the Lakers will beat you guys. Who is real time, and who are you a fan of?
I'm not sure, but he's in here
Yeah,
commenting funny.
yeah. Who are you a fan of? But we play the
You know,
Celtics.
I might go to that Celtics game.
Okay.
A couple of my coworkers are talking I got some Celtics coworkers there, and they talking a lot of smack.
Yeah. Then we play the Celtics, the Pacers, and then the Hawks before the All-Star break. So it's a tough schedule before the All-Star break. So we got 30. What do we got? 32 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Most we could get
5,
is 38.
6. We got 6 games before the All-Star break. Are we going to beat all of those teams? That's tough. I mean, we play, the Hawks 22-25, so they're below 500. The Pacers 26-20, Celtics 33-15, the Raptors 15-32, the Rockets 32-14, and the Lakers 26-19. 2 teams below 500. It's going to be tough, but we'll rock along and see how see what we do. We can beat anybody, obviously.
And I heard a certain player might be playing in that Celtics game.
Who? Well, what are you talking about?
Mitchell Robinson. I've seen somewhere that he said he's going to be playing Celtics game.
Where'd you see that at?
Hey man, I can't tell all my sources, man.
Okay.
I can't reveal all my sources, man.
Okay. All right, I got you.
It's a reliable source. He made a comment on somebody's page that he's gonna be playing against the Celtics.
Okay.
Now, listen, man, can I get my flowers when he plays? Can I get my flowers?
We'll see. I don't know. Jason Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. He said, defense with Precious Achiuwa, OG, Deuce, Payne, McCall was shut down. Yeah, I mean that should naturally be a good defensive team.
Oh, that's my coworker, man. Shout out to him, man.
No doubt.
I mean,
he be tuning in. Shout out to Jason Benjamin.
He does. He must feel
Benji, man.
He must feel bad for us for being friends with you. He's like,
first of all, Benji,
support these dudes.
And Benji knows, man. That's my guy, man.
Yeah. And then Jason, again, thank you for the super chat. He said, we've outscored the Nuggets 47-2 in 2 games this year. Yeah. The Nuggets are strong. Maybe not as strong as years past, but the Knicks are, stronger than any team we've had in the last decade. So,
Sim, when is the Celtic game?
The 8th.
The Celtic game is the 8th, day before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and the trade deadline is the 6th.
The 8th. I think the trade deadline is the 8th.
Okay.
Yeah. Trade deadline 2025. Oh no, February 6th. You're right. Yeah, February 6th.
Yeah, I think I did see something that was the target date.
7 days.
Target date for Mitchell Robinson's return.
7 days. Any thoughts about? 7 days for the trade deadline.
I think, to be honest, right, the Knicks have almost silenced the talk of what the needs are.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Like, to be honest, all the talk around the players who are in the rotation, I think that has been silenced, or maybe they boosted their stock at this point in time, to be honest. You know what I mean? But I think it's hard to make it's harder to make these decisions when you're winning, and when you're winning the way we are.
Right.
So I think if nothing was imminent before, I think it's less imminent now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's probably the only thing that makes sense now, honestly, is something involving Mitchell Robinson because they haven't seen him. And I'm not advocating for it, but the guys who have been in the rotation have been showing up, especially Precious. You know what I mean? Deuce. You know what I mean? Like I think Cam is pretty expendable in a sense. But Precious, I think he's really upped his value, and he's only getting better.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Tony. I think Precious has been very great for us. I think he's finally getting his rhythm back. I feel like he's finally getting his. I mean, I think clearly we saw it the other game in the Memphis game. I think he got his confidence fully back. The way he was moving, the way he was dunking the ball. I do agree with you too. I mean, Cameron Payne. If they, I don't know if they could trade him, but I mean, I wouldn't be upset about that. Also, I'm kind of. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but the Shannon experiment is just maybe not going the way the Knicks thought it was going to go. I like Shannon, but I just think, again, like I said, I said it before on the other show and the other time, is that I wouldn't be opposed to giving some of his minutes to the guy in the G League right now, TJ Warren. I would be just to see what we can do. I feel like Shimmer's not really producing the way we thought he was going to produce.
What I will say is he's shown defensively. I think defense has kept him on the floor, even though his shooting hasn't really come around. He had a great game last game. You know what I mean? Came in early, hit 3 threes in the first half, 2 consecutive in the first quarter. So I think his defense has earned Tibbs' trust for him to play him when he plays him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You know, I've thought for a while that the Knicks probably weren't going to do much at the trade deadline. I don't think they have many options. And, you know, to bolster the bench is going to be during the offseason. I think they're probably going to rock with what they have. Maybe they try to pick up something off the waiver wire, you know, after the deadline, depending on what happens. But I don't know if there's going to be much the Knicks can do. Because to me, right now, you're not trading Brunson, you're not trading Cat, you're not trading Bridges, you're not trading Josh Hart. Right? You're not trading OG. You're not trading none of those guys. The next most valuable piece is Deuce. And I ain't
trading Deuce.
I don't think Tom Thibodeau wants to trade Deuce.
Deuce is more valuable than his contract.
Right. That's the thing. And that's the thing right there too. He's your, and when I say valuable, I mean that can get you the most.
More money.
Right? He deserves, right. That can get you the most.
His contract.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people that might not be hard because he doesn't make a lot. But, you know, he's the player that can probably get you the most, but his contract doesn't get you what you would want. You know what I'm saying? So like it'd be like, yeah, we want Deuce, but then who do you package him with to make up the money to get the type of player that you want if you're trading him? So, you know, I think it's a matter of you got to wait until the offseason. You rock with this team right here, let it gel, and then do what you got to do in the offseason. Yeah, unless something happens at the deadline where some players shake loose, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you, son, because it's way too early to say this, but my offseason plan for the Knicks would be probably get bigger on the wing size, on the backup wings. I think that's one of their priorities they should do during the offseason. But like I said, I mean, like you said, this season is for what Deuce does. I don't see a player in the market that's gonna do what Deuces do at the price that he's doing it at, and at the he's producing at that level. So I think it's like, again, we can't.
At what level? I
mean, he's producing at a high role player level. Like he's producing at a high role player. What we want him to do to play with the defense, with the scoring, we're moving the ball. Again, you can't. There's not going to be a player on the market to me that's close to what he's doing and that can shoot the ball like him. You know, I seen a couple people.
They're
I seen
probably
like a
out
couple.
there. I'm sure there's players out there, but he's making like $3 million or something like that. You gotta put him with other players. You know, it's just not a doable situation. I think. Let me get to a phone call. Caller, you live. Got Ron. Ron from Pittsburgh, right? Ron, what's popping with you, brother? What's going on with you, man?
Hi. How you guys doing?
Good.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Good, because my phone's a little fuzzy. I just forgot what I was going to talk about. Oh, just a general note. I'm not mentioning names. I'm not mentioning stations, if you want to call it that or whatever. You guys are all legit. I mean, in terms of talk show and everything that you do. If you've been on the YouTube and stuff and you look under Knicks or whatever, you see a lot of guys that have these blog sites, and usually the first thing they start out with is, make sure you hit the subscribe and like button.
Right.
And then they come with these sensationalistic stories. I don't know where they get them from. Some guy knows some guy who mentions a name, and all of a sudden the New York Knicks, now the hot name is this guy Moses, the 7'2" guy down at Westchester, had a monster game. I was even watching his highlights, and to be honest, he looked like a girl out there. I mean, he just, he's a complete non-factor, and they're making a whole story about it. And I don't know, maybe that's the nature of what YouTube is like now, that people are just making stuff up and seeing if they can make money by doing it or whatever. But, as a fan, you're trying to find legitimate, and I'm not going to mention, certainly you guys are legitimate, and the other ones that are, but there's so many other under Knicks, that have the arrows and everything that's saying this guy's going here, this guy's going there.
Right.
That they end up really being like a waste of time. I don't even know why they do that. I guess they're doing it for the money. Because they're really making a fool out of themselves, really.
It happens, a lot of what you're saying is correct. People want to create a story so that everyone will click on the video,
right,
and watch the video, so that you can get some hits, and then, people see the ads and it makes some money, and that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, we try to stay, we're not trying to break any news or do anything. We try to stay opinion, we're opinion based. It's our thoughts and what we think could happen or might happen, or is this guy a possibility? We're not trying to put clickbait out there.
Right. And the unfortunate thing is the people that are doing the clickbait are making probably more money than some of the people that are honest and don't do the clickbait stuff. So
yeah,
I guess
they broke.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
No, he said they're broke, but he doesn't know he's broke.
Okay. We get past the All-Star break, and you're getting into the second half of the season. I know every game counts, but do you think that we'd be seeing a little bit more of the three guys, like Porty, Kolek, and I guess we wouldn't see Daddy. He's not with the team, right? But the other two guys, do you think we'd be seeing them more now in the second half to start to integrate these guys a little bit more minutes?
I don't think so. I don't think Tom is going to do it. I think he's really trying to cultivate this team, and really get this team, this group, not this lineup, into a rhythm so that they know when they're coming in, they know the amount of minutes they're going to get. So that when playoff time comes, they're running like a well-oiled machine. So I think in Tom Thibodeau's mind is like, I don't have time to fit these guys in because this is the group that I have to work with. So I've got to figure out how to get them running as smooth as possible. And I think that's really where his mindset is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ron. I think guys like I'll say this though. I think guys like Kolick. I think next season he has a very high chance to be the backup point guard. I think once off-season training, put some weight on, learn to play better defense. I think Ron out of all those guys has the best chance to be the backup point guard next year. But I think this year they're gonna just keep him in the G League and let him do what he does. But yeah, that's my thing. I mean, I think next year we'll kind of maybe see those guys depending on the offseason moves the Knicks do. But like I said, I think I think Kolick got the best chance next year to be the backup point guard.
Yeah, I think, and I'm losing my optimism about Mitch. I don't know if they're just being very tight-lipped as an organization in terms of not giving up too much info. And some organizations do it in any sport, but it's interesting how time goes by and the fans are kind of wondering, what's going on. And, the only feedback we're getting is, well, he's progressing, which basically just doesn't mean a whole lot. Or they have to cryptically try to figure out some emoji that Mitch might put on his X account or something. But it really would be nice to know if we're looking forward to something that's not going to happen or not. Some people are saying if they don't know in the next couple of weeks that they might pull a deal. I was watching tonight's game, and you look at a guy like you're looking at some of these guys that are big, strong guys that could very easily either box out or use their strength against smaller centers, that aren't like there was that rumor going around, I think yesterday, that was a guy from Portland that they might have interest in, at Boucher kid. Well, he's not a kid, but that guy Boucher his name was being mentioned by a couple of, I think 3 teams. And I think it was legitimate that 3 teams were mentioned. Knicks were one of them, but then again, it gets into the salary thing, and he's making about 10 or 11. And again, it would boil down to a Mitch, because that would be the only way they could even pull something like that off.
Right.
But similar like you were saying, earlier, I think it's pretty obvious now that if they did make there's no deal they could really make without, using Mitch. And because the bench does not have depth, even in numbers, if they're not going to play any of the rookies, then to package or aggregate, if they could, 2 or 3 guys to get, say, 1 guy, that's not going to work out either, even if it's a really good guy, because now you have less guys on the bench. So, but I mean, fans always get excited when it comes to trade deadlines in any sport.
Right.
So, and I'll be quick, but there was this one guy who does all the cap stuff. I'm not going to mention what station, but he does all the cap stuff, and he was on for like an hour and a half. And I give him a lot of credit because he really breaks it down. But it gets so technical after a while that the bottom line is the guys that he's saying they could get are probably guys that are non-factors, and either guys that aren't going to get enough minutes to matter, or guys that are used to playing a lot of minutes that would not be very happy being on the bench playing, much fewer minutes.
Right.
If they're put into this situation. So anyway, and it's a boring phone call, I know. All I can say is I'm very happy with what I saw tonight. A win is always great. They're looking great these last number of games.
Right.
Everybody's chipping in. And I'm just very happy with what I'm seeing. I'm very encouraged as a Knicks fan. And look, at the end of the day, if you don't win it all, you don't win it all. You got all these teams in the NBA. you get far in the playoffs and be happy that you have a successful team. And because if the standards are going to be so high that people are going to be really upset if they don't have a chance to be, one of the final, say, 2 teams fighting it out, then I think the expectations are a little bit unrealistic. And, why set yourself up that way? Why don't you just, enjoy the game as it is and the team as it is? And those 4 moves that they made just in the last year and a half to get 4 of the 5 starters.
Right, and that's what this team is. They're still building. That's what I think a lot of people in my chat realize that this team is still building, it's still growing, it still has a lot of things to do, and we have a window, and you look at that window, it's probably like 5 years with the way that this team is currently built and the ages of the players. So what I mean? It would be nice, it would be beautiful to win it all this year. But it's it's not easy. Every single team in the league, only one team in the league walks away happy at the end of the season, right? Everybody else is, going back and saying, how do we beat this team and win the championship? It's only one out of all 30 teams in the NBA. So,
there's a lot of fans all over the country now that have a lot more respect for the Knicks as a team than certainly in past years. So
yeah, no doubt.
It's good to be up there among the best.
It definitely is. That's for sure. Ron, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you for the
Sure.
insight.
Thank you, Sam, for taking my call.
No doubt. Later. Big Bubba.
Yes, sir.
Can you do me a favor? Like, we go through this time and time again. We circle it up. Can you please even things up? Don't get lazy on me. Just keep it right. If you're gonna be on the show, be on point.
Sorry, Seminole. Is that
you're
better?
putting your head down. I don't know if you're tired. Like, you're hanging around the kids too much, and you're losing the focus and the attention to detail. Come on.
Sorry, man. Listen,
attention to detail is important.
Shout out to my kids, though, man. Shout out to my kids. We gonna get them right.
Right. Okay. You gotta get yourself right first. Then you can get them right. The attention to detail is critical. It is important. That's why the Knicks are winning right now. Attention to detail.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
And the players, I don't even think this team has to buy into the attention to detail and the work ethic and all those things, because maybe some of them have to get up to speed with the work ethic. You know what I mean? But I think they understand the attention to detail that this team must have to win. And when you have a lack of depth, you need to have it a little bit more. How have you felt about the minutes lately? I want to see what people say.
I've been truly happy with the minutes.
Why?
The bench has been playing more. They've been giving the guys some rest, and I feel like that's been helping them with these fourth quarters to. Because listen, I think Carl Anthony Towns said it like during the losing streak. He was like, "We playing tired." He just said it.
Obviously they do. Obviously every team does.
But
go ahead.
I was saying I feel like, and you mentioned it before, Sam. That the practices are so important that I feel like Tom Thibodeau has been seeing the guys on the bench. He's been trusting them more during practice, and has been showing off during the game. Give these guys extra minutes so that Jalen Brunson and all these other guys can rest and be ready for the fourth quarters. Yeah, I think it's paid dividend.
Is it that, or is it that the Knicks have had double-digit leads, so the bench could play more? Because during this win streak, they've won by some large margins.
That is very true. But even tonight, right? Even tonight, where the game was pretty much close until the fourth. It's pretty, we got the guys got some minutes.
Who? Because Precious has been getting 20 plus minutes. He's been getting those minutes, and so is Deuce.
Deuce.
And so has Deuce. They've both been getting those minutes.
What's the name play tonight?
Cameron Payne played 11.
Okay, I mean, still though, I feel like those even the minutes help.
I mean, he's been getting that though. I mean, he averages 14 for the season, something like that. And Shamet played 4 minutes and 32 seconds. I don't see that tonight. It's any different than any other night.
Maybe this just depends. Like you said, I think it's a combination of both. I think it's a combination of the Knicks been up in these games, and I think the bench has been playing better. I think the bench has been getting the confidence to make their shots. Like I said, I think we're seeing with the scoring and pressures lately. I think this has been better.
See, me personally, because I seen the post from Tommy Beer. During the Knicks' current 4-game winning streak, no Knick is averaging more than 36 minutes per game. Over the prior month, 4 to 5 Knicks starters averaged more than 36 minutes per game. Towns was at 35.1. The biggest beneficiary has been Mikal Bridges. Over his first 43 games this season, Bridges never once logged less than 33 minutes. Over New York's past 4 contests, he is averaging 32.5 minutes per game. Mikal Bridges tonight, 37 minutes in a closer game where they didn't pull away until the end. The Knicks bench has been extremely effective on both sides of the ball during this 4-game stretch, ranking 3rd in offensive rating, 4th in defensive rating, and 1st in net rating, a full 3 points ahead of the 2nd-ranked OKC Thunder. I just feel like it's a little bit out of context. I like Tommy Bear. I just think it's a little bit out of context. And just because the Knicks are winning, I'm not going to look at it and say, oh, yeah, the bench is playing more. And this is not an argument for or against the bench. People know how I feel. I'm just not going to sit here and I'm not going to let – I feel like the lopsided score of some of the games have skewed these minute numbers. That's what I think. Stay awake. True. Stay awake. Don't fall asleep on my show. I'm going to kick you off. Stay awake.
I'm up, man. I'm good.
Stay awake. You're dozing.
So I'm here, man. I'm with you, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just not gonna. I think it's skewed a little bit because of the lopsided wins. I think it's skewed.
The numbers the blowout wins are gonna blow the numbers out because what we had 143, 140. Well, anyway.
Yeah. You know, we had a couple of big wins.
Because I think I've seen a post that the Knicks have scored 400 or 500 points in the last 4 games or something like that.
Against the Kings, 143-120. Against the Grizzlies, 143-106. That post came after the Grizzlies game. I mean, you know, those 2 games alone, the way the game went in the second half, the bench is going to play more. You know, the bench is going to play more. So I think it's a little bit skewed. You know what I mean? And I think it's a little bit skewed. That's all.
I hear you, man. I definitely hear you.
Kevin said, what'd you say?
I'm not complaining right now.
I'm not complaining about anything because, you know, I'm one that's I'm okay with what Tom Thibodeau does with the bench. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I think it's a little bit skewed. Kevin said, said Tibbs was playing the starters heavy consecutive minutes. He has changed that earlier in the game. Okay, I can take that as far as the length of minutes playing them at one time. I could take that. I get that. No doubt. Get that. Corey Lee, thank you for the super chat. He says, shout out to Sim for keeping Knicks fans grounded. Yeah, that's what, you know. We get up here, we get down there. You know, we're you know, bipolar for real.
I don't think there's a happy medium for Knicks fans. I really don't.
I try to stay even keel. This guy never stays even keel.
Oh, see, yes, I do. I really do.
Listen, if Brunson makes a shot, he'll call me up like, oh, he's the greatest point guard ever. If he misses the layup, the next play, he calls me up and says, we got to trade this guy.
Who says that?
You. All in the same game. All in the same game. I'm trying to tell you, this guy.
I would never trade my cousin.
This guy is like the most bipolar Knicks fan I ever met.
First of all, that goes to Mark.
I haven't even seen Mark.
Shout out to who's Mark, man. Wherever you at.
I ain't seen Mark. But
But
you know,
Marcus,
but
man.
but I do agree with Kevin about not the total number of minutes, but the length of time players are playing. You know, last year, right? Randy used to play the entire first quarter, all the way, 12 minutes, the entire first quarter, and you could visibly see him getting tired towards the end of the first quarter. So here's the thing. If he's making those adjustments and making those changes, that's good. That's what a coach does. You know what I mean? And maybe he's stepping out of his ways, his old, his ways, and say, okay, maybe this is what I need to do with this particular basketball team. Let me get Tony back. And Tony, you're saving me because this guy falling asleep on the show, man.
Falling asleep.
Falling asleep on the show. Never seen nothing like it.
I just wanted to add to the whole bench conversation. I will say that the bench playing better is also allowing them to get more minutes, as moderate as it may be. They're playing better. You know what I mean? Precious is playing better. Deuce is playing. I mean, he's been off and on. He hasn't been as consistent as early in the year, but Shamet has been affecting the game defensively. So these things are helping them get those minutes together and more often. You've seen Shamet get the early minutes last game, the previous game before tonight, early in the first quarter, which was different from the normal Tibbs substitution patterns. So I just think he is getting more comfortable with these guys. So I think both things can be true. I think we're playing better, which is allowing them ideally to get because I'll say this. We only had one game where it was garbage time minutes. You know what I mean? In this recent stretch. And then prior to that game, I think there was only one other game where they had, when I say garbage time, I'm talking about like 6+ minutes of playing time for the second unit. So I don't think we're blowing teams out to the point where that's where the minutes are coming from. I think it's more of Tibbs honestly making an adjustment.
You think?
I do.
I mean, because I look at tonight when the game
Tonight
was a
is
little
different.
tighter.
Tonight was, yes, I agree. It was
the
tighter
minutes are
tonight.
kind of the same.
And it was back to like the normal. But even in the normal, this was even better than him at his, you know what I mean, tightest restrictions. You know what I mean? This was tonight was a little bit more looser. He pulled Cam after the mistake, but other than that, Shamet's been wishy-washy with his minutes consistently. Precious, like you said, he's been getting 20. I agree with you. It's been subtle. It's been subtle changes. I feel like,
but it's also along with Deuce and Precious playing well.
yes,
right?
And that helps.
Like you said, with them playing well. Because if you're not playing well, then it's like, well, let me go to the guys. You know what I'm saying? But with Deuce and Precious playing well, Precious got 25, Deuce got 21.
And
Payne and Shamet, get the same. Got the same.
Even with Cam, when he's playing well, which he's had a couple of games in that stretch, the minutes will go up. So it is definitely playing well more with the second unit that gets them the minutes than anything else. You got to show out immediately, but that's how he is from the jump. You know what I mean? Like from the beginning of the year, you got to show out immediately to get in that rotation.
Yeah, it's like, yo, if you're not gonna do nothing, I got guys that can, and I'm gonna put them out there on the floor. I'm gonna put them out there. So it's worth watching and seeing how it goes. Tonight, I never read off the Denver Nuggets their box score, but tonight they were led in scoring by Jamal Murray, 33 points. Russell Westbrook had 14 points and 14 rebounds. Jokic, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Aaron Gordon, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Michael Porter Jr., 9 points, 3 rebounds, 13 points for Christian Braun off the bench. You know, the other guys didn't do too much of anything else. You know, good defensive effort by the Knicks tonight versus the
Hey, Sim,
Denver
side note,
Nuggets.
Russell Westbrook, he's on my free agent date or next year, man. Even though I think the Nuggets are going to sign him multi-term, but he's on one of my he's high on my list next year or during the summertime.
All right. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. You're muted, Tony.
You're muted, Tony.
Now, I was just gonna say I wouldn't be mad at it, but I wouldn't put him necessarily high on the list.
Hey, man, for what he does, for what he'll probably cost, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah. See,
But I mean,
I don't know how
that's
much it's gonna cost.
Yeah, the cost is gonna go up. I think this year was a obviously a discounted year. You know what I mean?
No, he's been playing on discounts the last couple of years though. He hasn't been
Not like this. Was he like 4 million this year?
I think so. Something like
this is probably the lowest since his rookie deal.
Right. Good question here. Really good question here. Vaughn said, real question. When coaches and players watch games over, do they listen to the commentary or just actions on mute? I think they watch it on mute and they talk. Right? Because if you listen to the commentary, you know, you might get influenced by what they're saying, or you might just get distracted by what they're saying. You got to listen to it on mute. Watch a basketball game on mute or with no sound and with nothing else going on around you, right? No music, no talking, no nothing. Just watch the game. And you can see the game differently. Like you really see it differently because now you're forced, all of your senses are, not all of them, but you know, your senses of hearing and watching are focused on the game. You know, and so you're basically you're seeing what it is. You can see what it is that they're doing. You see the game a little bit differently, you know. And then you know when they're in film sessions, they're also talking about what's going on out there on the court, right, and breaking it down that way. You know, but for those purposes, you don't want that sound in the background. You know,
I felt like that during the COVID year.
Yeah,
I felt like basketball was pure.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Look at this dude. Look at this guy. Let me get you a phone call, man.
I deserve that one, man. I deserve
it. Silk, what's poppin', Silk? How you feeling, man?
What up, fellas? What
Chilling.
up, Sim?
Chilling.
Big Bubba in the house. What's going on, bro?
You always know when Big Bubba's in the house because things gonna look crazy.
Hey, man.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, fellas. After Joker got his second foul, it looked like freaking Denver had all the momentum. That's why I love Towns, but Towns when he ain't motivated against another big center, sometimes I think he loses focus and he gets them silly fouls against smaller but quicker guys. We should have been busting it behind when Joker was on the court. When they started coming back on us, and he got 3 fouls, I'm like, oh man, see now the momentum's on Denver's side. I was a little nervous, but Cap said, nah, not tonight. Cap said, not tonight.
Yeah. I mean, Jokic's numbers weren't astronomical tonight. You know, they basically offset each other. I think Cat knows like this guy is standing between me and being the best center in the league. You know, and so Cat's gonna play like he wants that spot, which he should.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What would it take to keep Precious? Because I know next year, I like Precious off of the game when he's been showing little floaters, occasional 1 3-pointer a game. He's showing more offensive game than Sims ever did. He's just not as big as Sims, and he's not a center. But I want to keep Precious as our backup power forward. What would be the contract that we can afford with Mikal Bridges' extension without going over that second luxury tax? What do you think it's going to take to keep Precious?
I don't know. I haven't been able to really look and break things down that way. But I'll say this. Precious wants to be in New York. He wants to be a Knick. And I think he's going to be a Knick next year. I think he loves playing for Tom Thibodeau. I think he loves playing in his hometown. Obviously, he wants to get paid, but I think he wants to be a Knick. So that's a good thing.
So you think Cam's contract and Kolic's going to be the replacement, and that's where the money's coming from?
It could be. That could very well be. I mean, Kolic has a guaranteed deal.
And you trade Cam, then what Cam making like $2-3 million this year?
Something like that.
Oh, so you think Precious would take a 5 for 3?
I don't know. Will he take a 5-year deal? You saying?
No, 3, 5 million for 3 years.
No. You mean $5 million a year? $15 million overall.
So you think he ain't gonna cost him more than that?
Yeah, I think so.
I can see. I'm gonna be real with you. I can see him doing like 2 for $20 million. I can see
we see that.
Money wise, $10 million a year.
I can see him getting $10 million a year.
Then that means Mitch is going next year. So you can't pay Mitch and him that kind of money. 12 and 10.
Well, Mitch, what do you mean gone next year?
Mitch is under contract.
Mitch is under contract next year. He makes $12 million next year.
I think 12, yeah. And now you're gonna pay Precious 10. 2 guys at the backup paying that much money.
Oh well, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's $10 million, man, in the NBA.
But no, it ain't just 10. It's 10 plus Mitch's 12, which is 22 for 2 guys who don't really score a lot.
I mean, do you pay Mitch to score, or do you pay Mitch to be a defensive anchor?
But if you give him Precious 10, then that means Mitch got to go for somebody who don't make that much.
So why can't you keep moving?
Give Mikal his extension.
But I mean, at the end of the day, because my thing is this, right? If you look at the Boston Celtics, they got Porzingis, Al Horford. What's the dude that used to play for the Knicks? Luke Cornett. I mean, them dudes they got what, 4 or 5 centers or power forwards? I mean, I'm not trying to compare it to the Celtics,
but ain't they in the second luxury tax? Knicks ain't trying to do that. Leon Rose ain't going there. Mr. Coupon ain't going to the second luxury tax. He ain't doing it.
Let me tell you something, man. James Dolan is going to pay that.
But see, the flexibility of what Leon wants to do, he ain't going to do that. He likes to make some kind of moves when he can. That's why we didn't bring up that dude Moses Malone who got on them damn rebounds and block shots in the G League, because he not going over that second luxury tax to bring up somebody. Unless they get rid of Sims, that dude's staying in the G League. He's not going over that second luxury tax, because there's penalties for that.
Sims not draft back next year. You don't got to worry about Sims, man.
Yeah. I just want to hit you off with that because I want to keep Precious. Because unlike Sims, he's learning some offensive moves. Little scoop layup.
He's always been athletic.
Three.
Yeah, he's always been athletic. You know what I'm saying? Always been athletic.
But he's a little bit more aggressive this year, Sim. You see, he's like, nah, don't trade me, bro.
Yeah.
Trade that dude.
And
don't trade me.
That's what happens. That happens in the second. That happens when you get more comfortable with what you're doing. Remember, he came midway through last year in January, same time OG came, right? Came over with OG during the trade. So, you're gonna find a comfort zone. Your coach is gonna learn how to use you better. Your teammates are gonna learn how to maximize your skill sets better. So you become more comfortable. When you become more comfortable, you can play better.
And he seems to play real good with OG. Those two together. So when Cat got the 3 fouls, and OG had to come in, and Pressure went to the center. they play real good together.
I mean, they should. They played in Toronto for a while. So.
True. So,
Yeah.
but I don't want to hit you all because it seems like OG like, yo, I can't be passing up no shots. So when I get this shit, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
He said I can't be passing the ball away expecting to get it back. I may not get it back. But see, I think Tibbs seen Cam doing them half court threes when it's a 4-point game against the Denver Nuggets. I don't see Cam staying here. As much as I love Cam, he got that little streak spot when he go off. But he be taking some crazy shots when he should be taking.
Yeah, he be bugging out sometimes, but
But all right, fellas, have a good one.
All right, appreciate it, Silk.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
the teammates love him. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
The teammates trust him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Coolest 718 said, y'all said iHeart was staying. I never said he was staying. I didn't know what he was doing. These guys are making decisions not only for them, but their families. They don't owe loyalty to the Knicks to take less. And you're right. They don't. They don't. I'm just saying there's Precious wants to play for the Knicks. There's a good chance that he stays and he finds a way to stay and play for the Knicks. That's all I'm saying.
I think the same thing will apply though with iHeart. On both standards. If the money's close, he's gonna stay with the Knicks.
Right.
And obviously, if I don't think Precious is gonna get $30 million, but if somebody outbids the Knicks and it's substantial, he's gonna take it.
He's gonna take it, right?
Yeah, Tony, I was really about to say that. Like, the iHeart situation is so what? There's no player in the NBA that wasn't gonna take $30 million a season. Like, there's no player that wasn't gonna take $30 million. Like, I'm sorry. Like, come on, bro. It's $30 million. Like, iHeart getting $30 million. He's not gonna say no to that. You can't say no to that.
Yeah. I don't think Precious is gonna get offered $30 million.
I don't think Precious is gonna get $30 million either.
So, all right. He's not gonna get, But you're right. He does. These guys are looking to feed their families. Take care of their families, make generational money, and of course, if there's something that just blows away the Knicks, they'd be stupid not to do it. But if it's close, the Knicks, in my opinion, will have the upper hand. So I think it's a good chance that he's staying.
And to be fair too to iHeart, man, I mean, he's getting paid $30 million. He's on the best team in the league.
Same. I said before the season, I was afraid Precious would play himself out of the Knicks price range.
Right.
So I don't think it's impossible. You know what I mean? But I also say if the money's close, he's staying home. He's from the Bronx.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get ready for the Losers Lounge. All right. I don't know if this guy is gonna join us, Big Bubba.
Oh no, man!
He can't stay awake now.
Listen, I gave you everything I have, man.
He can't stay awake now. So don't expect to see Big Bubba in the Losers Lounge. I promise you.
I gave you everything I had, Coach.
He will not make an appearance. So, even though it's his show, he won't make an appearance.
It's cooking with Chef Zay, which I'm going to be cooking tomorrow for everybody.
I said even though it's your show, talking about the Losers Lounge.
I ain't no loser. I'm a winner, baby.
Took him a while to get it. It took him a while. It took him a while to get it.
Okay, so I ain't gonna lie. You got me good with that because I was gonna be like, ain't that 20 show? But you got me good with that.
It took him a while. It went way over his head.
You were the inspiration.
It went way far over his head.
I'm tired, so listen, man.
That's like over your head. That's okay. It's all right. I get it. You didn't ride the short bus for nothing.
First of all, I already rode a short. I'm not going to talk about that. But
He ain't ride a short bus for nothing. There was a reason behind it.
I rode it for 1 year. That was it.
You rode it for one.
It was only 1 year, man. It was only
Just
1 year, man.
Just one.
Hey, can we stop dissing the short bus? Because the short bus don't mean what people always think it means. Listen, man. Sometimes, it was only like maybe a couple kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's like 5 kids on the bus.
Hey, listen, man. Actually, I'm not going to explain myself.
Don't do that. We out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on the Losers Lounge. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.